What's up, everybody? Hey, so it's Imperial Beach Dad, and guess what? I'm still alive. It's such good news. As you know, and I know many of you have the outcry of support and prayer has just been incredible. I've ridden some pretty wild waves in my life. I have never ridden a wave of thousands of people praying for me from across the country. There's a pastor whose whole church in Kenya got a hold of us because they're all praying for me. Churches in Arizona and churches all over the place. Not to mention our own church and our whole church network. And I've just been reached out to by, just hundreds and hundreds of people. So just thank you so much. I feel so loved and cared for. I mean, I've got friends from the third grade, texting me and checking in on me and my sweet family. And I feel so loved and cared for, and it's really been helpful. I know God listens to those prayers, and I mean, my recovery is just going so well. I 100% feel like my authentic self, which has been a battle every day for the last year, and I wake up feeling like me and my happy, flamboyant, wildly optimistic self that I've always been until this last year, and I feel so good. And so I just wanted to really make a video to update you. We are doing really, really good. The pain is not too bad considering that, they opened my skull and all that stuff. But, I'm just so grateful to live in 2016 where they can so quickly take a picture, get me with a neurosurgeon. They map your brain. They you can see the little mark here, but they put your head in a vise and they take a bunch of pictures, and then they use lasers to draw your brain, and then within a millimeter, they're cutting along these little laser lines and stuff like that. And Dr. Altano just did an awesome job. They got the whole thing out. It was an 1 inch by 1.5 inch tumor, and it was in my amygdala, my kind of right frontal cortex, which is where anxiety and panic attacks come from. And so that's why I've been experiencing that this last year, and why it was just so untriggered, where I would really just get taken hostage by these emotions that would just take over. All my adrenaline would just start pumping out of nowhere. And it's so great to not have that anymore. He was saying that I'm so blessed. This is the best thing that could have ever happened to me, was this seizure, because while a tumor explains everything, there were so many other more likely causes. Even neurosurgeons wouldn't be like, oh yeah, let's take a picture of your brain and see if maybe that's what's causing it. So having found it, we now know exactly what's been going on. And the good thing is, I was just talking with my therapist, he called me today, and it's I've learned so many great coping tools that have helped me and others, and I'm living such a healthier lifestyle because of all the things I've done this last year to try to take good care of myself. So I'm a better husband, a better Jesus follower, a better dad, just a better person in general. And so I'm excited to take those skills on into life. And so good stuff there. I got a pretty wicked haircut. You can see my deal. I did get a nice shower. Christy really helped me out with that, which was cool. We had to take out my bloody dreadlock that was it's gross, right? Yeah. That wasn't coming out, so I tried to comb it out. We used an entire bottle of conditioner. Thank you for the Nietos for bringing a big thing of conditioner for me. And by the way, just thank you to everybody who came by. And I know not everybody got to, and that's totally fine. We didn't want to be overwhelmed, but the people who did were so thoughtful. Luke brought me a cell phone charger, which just saved my life. My phone died, right after I'd had a seizure and was in the hospital. I couldn't call my wife and stuff, and he brought me one, which was really nice. My kids drew self-portraits of themselves. Super cute. This is Liam. He's sad. He put a sad face because he's sad that Daddy was hurt. And
Ryder's big heart. Because he loves Daddy.
And then Liam brought me this bear to keep forever because he knew I was sad. And then
Ashton drew 2 pictures of himself because he wanted Daddy to really see him. So there's a little one and a big one. Carson did his best coloring for a just barely 3-year-old. They really loved on Daddy too.
Yep. And the Dotsons brought me a calla lily, which is, plants are my favorite. So if you're looking for what could I get Matt? The next month I'm going to be on disability leave. And my plan is, 2 months. I can't surf for 2 weeks at least, but I still want to do some self-care. So I'll probably spend some time in the garden. Anything that I can plant that will grow food is something I would love. So, either flowers for Christy or, but something I can plant. Flowers that I could plant for Christy, or whatever, strawberries or anything that I can grow into food, vegetables, all that stuff. We just love that stuff, and then we're able to bless others with it too, which is fun. So those would be good things that you could do, which would just give me life-giving hobbies to spend time outside and stuff. But
you gotta be careful for a little bit.
I do. I can't bend over. I can't even do yoga. I'm gonna have to be careful picking up the baby and stuff. I've got some pretty specific things, and I lost driving privileges, which is craziness. I can't drive because I had a seizure, so that's a loss of license event. I can earn it back, but I have to be seizure free for a while and on some medication and things like that. So things that, if you're looking for ways to help, definitely running errands could be helpful. Getting me places could be helpful. I'll still be riding my beach cruiser around and stuff, but I'll be staying out of the water and taking it pretty easy. But man, our community is the best. Imperial Beach, you are the best. I mean, San Diego's best kept secret, no doubt. But man, I've just felt so loved and cared for by neighbors, by friends, by our church, by everybody stopping by, helping with the kids, and then helping people from Taco Bell. Yes, it was so good. So
and thank you to everyone for serving our whole family. I know so many of you loved on our kids and loved on grandparents who were taking care of our kids.
Yes.
Brought special things to the hospital for me too.
Yes.
Just thank you so much for loving on all of us. And our whole family just felt so rallied around.
No doubt.
Prayed for and loved on and cared for and supported. So thank you for making what could have been a horrible week just fine. You helped carry us through.
I know how scary it sounds. Like, this dad is about to have a baby in 3 weeks and has a brain tumor, and like I get that, but it's honestly, God's been in complete control of this entire thing, and it's like I feel so relieved, and I'm recovering so quick because I'm in such good health, and it's like I'm gonna be back to me, and I'm so happy to be there, and like we're looking good, guys. So thank you, and it works out great with the timing. We were trying to figure out how to help. How do you, when you have 5 kids, how do you get maternity leave? And it's like
hang out in the hospital,
right? But it's like, hey, now I have some time off, and I can help give her a bit of a break and just serve the family. And so I'm really looking forward to doing that. So thank you guys for just continuing to carry the church. It's one of those things where it's like, I may be the pastor, but I know Jesus is the leader of that church. It's his church, and he's taking great care of it. And it's never been about me or my personality. It's always been about us as a church family. And so cool to see you guys just coming together to pull through and be there for each other. So thank you for doing that. Continue to do that. Just so grateful to be a part of such a great community. And again, my friends and neighbors who are all reaching out. My firefighter buddy that was just like, dude, I'll mow your lawn, I'll do chores, like you just tell me what to do, I'll do it. It's like we got all these people just stepping up to do great stuff, and so thank you for that. It's so great, and we feel super loved and cared for, and we're stoked.
We are.
It's gonna be good. We're going home today. They're gonna check me off and get me my prescriptions and all that stuff, and Chrissy's gonna drive me home, and
I'm the chauffeur now.
Yeah, and I'll be editing this video and sticking it up there, and we're gonna be having a good time. So
yeah, sounds good.
I think that's it. Yeah, and we love you too. You guys are the best. There's your update.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.